All right, good evening, everybody. It's Friday, December the 30th, the year 2016, and we got two letters from Schaeffer Cox in our prison P.O. box today. I want to read both letters. And we also picked up our free Schaeffer Cox hat, custom embroidery, so I thought they did a really quality job, and it wasn't too pricey either, So I'm trying out a new microphone tonight as well, so hopefully all this will work well. I have not read the letters, believe it or not. I've only scanned them. So let's read them together and see what Schaeffer has to say. He wrote this on December the 22nd. It's now December the 30th, so it took 8 days to get here. It says, Rudy, I'm getting so many Christmas cards, it's amazing. I put about 50 or 60 up in my cell. Okay, I'm getting so many Christmas cards, it's amazing. I put about 50 or 60 up in my cell. The cop told me to take them down. The next day, the cop said, "Didn't I tell you to take those cards down yesterday?" I said, "Yes, and I did. These are new ones. These are new ones from today." Did that scan? Hold on just 1 second. It looks like it's cutting off the right-hand side of the thing, but I missed it did have the Y, anyway. It says, "These are new ones from today. If you'd quit working, if you'd quit working at the creep show and get an honest job, people might love you too. You betrayed your you betrayed your country for money. Nobody likes you except for me. I like you because you leave me alone." He walked off. Schaeffer's really got a sense of humor, doesn't he? He walked off, and that was the end of it. I yelled after him, I'm your only friend. I'm your only friend. Oh gosh, Merry Christmas from cell block 113 on the Death Star. Ha ha ha. Mary Ellen from New York sent a few cards. She said we need to have a big party when I get out. Okay, let's do it. We need to make it super fun. We could rent a whole block of condos at Vail, Colorado for a week and all go skiing. Or we could do houseboats on Lake Tahoe. And of course, Disneyland is always good. Mexico's West Coast has some great play destinations too. As we get closer to victory, I'll start putting more of my energy into organizing fun. I'll need to find a way to pay for it all, but that will be an enjoyable challenge. That will be an enjoyable challenge for me. For some reason, when I scan his letters, it cuts off like a half an inch all the way around. So anyway, we're doing the best we can with what we got. That will be an enjoyable challenge for me. Okay, that's page 1. Page 2 is, if we really want to let our hair down, we may have to do it in an asylum country. If we really want to let our hair down, we may have to do it in an asylum country. I've got a few good ones lined up. The pictures she sent me were great. The dog, the woods, a trail, a snowfall, her and her boyfriend. It was just life, L-I-F-E exclamation point. And that's what I love to see. I love it when people who write send a picture of themselves. It just brings a tangible quality to the kind words. Roy Plum sent $25 to my commissary account and sent a big postcard to me here at the prison. He heard Will Potter's TED Talk. Oh, okay, yeah. He heard Will Potter's TED Talk about me and the CMUs. I highly recommend everyone listen to Will's piece on what goes on here. But remember, that's only what these Nazi mad scientists admit to. Will doesn't know the half of it. I wish I could write back to all these people like Roy, but the CMU won't let me. That's part of the game. They want me to feel abandoned, and they want the people who haven't abandoned me to feel like they don't matter. You do matter. Every kind word you send into this war crime black site unit is a win for humanity over the evil system. The postcard had Captain Morani on it. My co-defendant, who I love with all my heart, told me I reminded him of Captain Morani. I feel the same way about him, Coleman Barney. That man is a man of courage and honor. I owe him my life. I've seen him in the foxhole. I've seen him look death in the eye and not blink. I've seen him taken in the little room for hours by the feds and not betray his friends. If you want to know what a real man looks like, just look at Coleman. There's nothing fake about him. He's really that honest. He's really that brave. I can't read that next word. It looks like Jawe or Jawi. You have to bear with me here. This redneck has a hard time reading sometimes. I'm going to say Jarvie or Jawi from Texas sent me $110 and says she's praying for my release. It will happen. We are getting there little by little. I'm working on my 7th year in this hell. I'm getting better at doing what I have to do to wiggle out of here. I've learned so much about what really makes the beast tick. They are not invincible. In fact, I found them much softer than a lot of opponents. More later, Schaeffer Cox. We also have a second letter that he sent, written on December the 20th, which was 10 days ago. It says, "Dear everyone," I hate the fact that it cuts off part of the letter, but we'll just have to deal with it. "They called me to the office today and told me I'm not allowed to make calls and send emails or buy food for 60 days, and that 27 days had been added to my sentence. This was my punishment for talking to a member of the media. There's no rule against talking to the media. In fact, BOP policy affirmatively states that prisoners are allowed to speak to the press. It's also protected case law. But I'm in a black site prison like Guantanamo Bay where they laugh at the law. So send me lots of snail mail, put a little money on my account, and pray I'll catch a break. These sadistocrats are totally out of control, but I will never kiss the ring. Rudy." I asked them to show me the policy violated, and they could not. So they just blurted out. It's on page 32 of the Admissions and Orientation Handbook. So I've attached page 32 of the A&O Handbook for you. It says nothing about media. I think she just made up a chapter and verse out of thin air like a fast-talking con artist. And then here's page, here's some kind of email that was sent. I apologize that the left part's been cut off. I really hate that, but anyway, it says, "Dear Miss So-and-so," and he protected someone's identity. Out on the compound, prisoners are allowed to set up special private interviews with media. In the CMU, they do not allow that. They say that you have to treat media contacts the same as any other contact. This means that you have to get them approved in your phone list and speak to them on a normal scheduled monitored call. Those are the rules in here, and that's what I did. I gave an interview because I was allowed to by BOP policy and because I chose to. The reporter can do whatever they want to with that interview. That's not in any of our hands. See policy PS 5270.09, inmate rights number 5. You have the opportunity to correspond with members of the news media. PS 5264.08, inmates may submit telephone numbers of any person they choose, including members of the news media. PS 5214.02, CMU privilege correspondence with attorney only. General correspondence rules apply to news media. It's not logical to say that I'm allowed to give an interview, but if the reporter broadcasts the interview, then I get written up. Then I get a write-up. That's the CTU trying to invent a policy that does not exist, then use it to reach through me to regulate the reporter's conduct, not mine. This just won't hold up. Furthermore, they would be stepping on their own excuse because they have said the reason they will not approve media visits is because you can call the media on normal scheduled calls as much as you like. Please expunge the shot, or at the very least, put my sanctions on the shelf so that I don't get slammed before I can take the question to region where I strongly suspect they will agree with me. Thank you, Cox. And then he includes section, this is the Administration and Orientation Inmate Handbook, United States Penitentiary Commission, Communication Management Unit, Marion, Illinois. And then he includes page 32. I'll just leave a snapshot of that for you guys. It's really hard for me to read because it's so small. But I don't see anything on here that says anything about the media. I'll let you guys read it as you get time. So what they're doing is they're putting Schaeffer Cox, they gave him additional time on his sentence. That means he's going to spend 27 extra days in prison. And they're charging him with rules that he didn't break. And these people are basically satanic. And when justice comes from God Almighty to these evil bastards for the Christian persecution that they're doing to Schaeffer Cox, it's not going to be because they didn't deserve it. They're going to get every single thing they deserve. All right, please continue to write Schaeffer Cox a letter. If you guys don't have his address, give me a call or look up his address. It's on freeschaeffercox.com. Write him a letter in prison. Tell him how much you love him. Tell him that you're praying for him, and do whatever else you can do to help make noise and shine light about the unjust, illegal, unethical, criminal prosecution and persecution and incarceration of an innocent man, Schaeffer Cox.